How you doing, Leets and Geeks? Today, it's the first Tuesday of the month, and those of you who've been here for a minute, y'all know what's up. It is time for another RPG Elite Philosophy video, and we've been doing this series for RPG Elite Philosophy for Life, but we're going to take a break from that series because I'm going to do something today that I should have done quite a while ago, and that is going back all the way to the beginning. I'm going to rapid fire through all 10 qualities. You know, normally you have to wait a month and you have to wait another month, and then it might be a couple of months because if I spend, a couple of months on the same one. But what is this RPG Elite philosophy thing? What is RPG Elite? I mean, some people think RPG Elite is me. Like you see them up in the comments, they'll be like, yo, what's up, RPG Elite? And I'm like, nah, that's not my name. This is my name. Call me Servant, SOS, whatever, but I am an RPG Elite, but that's not my name. And then some of you new folks, you guys don't even know what RPG Elite philosophy is. What is he talking about? What? So I want to rapid fire through the 10 qualities of an RPG Elite in the RPG Elite philosophy. And understand, this is a mindset. It's a mindset. And we're going to lay this out as I did in the very first video about RPG Elite philosophy. But there's going to be a special video that goes longer, and that's going to be for my Leet Squad members for this particular one. So if you don't want to miss that video, you need to join the Leet Squad. Leet Squad is free. It's our private community, and this is how I've been doing lately. I've been doing a lot of videos that's just for my Leet Squad members. So the only way you're going to be able to watch the video is through the link in the Leet Squad newsletter, and that's it. That's the only way you're going to be able to watch it. So if you want to go ahead and watch the longer version of the RPG Elite philosophy, then what I suggest that you do is you hit this link right here, which you will find down in the description below. Hit that link, put in your name and your email, and that's it. You'll be part of the Leet Squad. And then later on this week, I'm going to come out with the video. Now, if you don't get in before the video drops in that email, you're just going to have to hold tight. So if you don't want to miss it, then make sure that you get in before the week's end when the Leet Squad version of this video drops. All right, I said rapid fire, right? And I really got to make it rapid fire now because I went a little bit too long. So let's go ahead and do this by rolling that transition. Yeah, this one right here should be a no-brainer. I mean, who does that? More people than you imagine in the tabletop RPG space. You see them at the game shop all the time, and that's what they're doing. They're playing another game, and they're playing another game, and they're playing another game. We were once interviewing somebody for our group. They told us they were in 17 games, and they didn't know whether or not they were going to be able to make it all of the time. 17. The interview was over. Before it started, once I heard that, I was like, oh, okay, well, we're done here. That's not going to work. And that's kind of bordering on an addiction. Yeah, we have other things. We have a life. We have responsibilities. We have a spouse. We have children. We have a career. We have a business. We have both. And we have other things that we want to do or that we are a part of. So, of course, we can't do that. So we are going to have the self-control to play at the best time that works for us. And it certainly is not going to be 7 days a week or even several times a week, because that's just not how it's going to work in real life. So we'll choose the best time, and that's going to work out for everybody in our lives. RPG Elites are serious about playing tabletop RPGs, about the time commitment and everything. So they're going to be committed once they say, yeah, I'm going to play this game. But that kind of serious energy, we can only invest into so many games. For me personally, right now, I'm only playing one game. That's Vassin. And I'm playing it solo for the channel. I'm playing it solo for myself. And I'm playing it with a couple of the other guys from my group. It's the only game right now that I really want to play. And so I'm committed and I'm serious and I'm learning more and I'm enjoying myself. But I don't mind it, but I don't want to spread myself thin. I want to savor the experience of this particular game. And the only way you're going to do that is to play it over and over and over again in a campaign or a mini one-shots or whatever. So you can't do that and spread yourself thin over a whole bunch of games. So because of that, yeah, we're only going to play a couple of games. That's it. You have some people who what they do is they start spouting off the rules all the time, and some people call them rules lawyers, whatever you want to say. But the fact of the matter is that rules are there as a guide, on a good day. And a lot of rules just get in the way of the main thing that RPG elites come to the table for, which we'll talk about in a couple different qualities here down the line here. So just stay tuned. So sometimes we just throw rules out. And y'all know what I'm talking about, who've been playing for a while. There's some stuff that we just make up ourselves because of the group dynamic or the solo dynamic that we're in. And so we're just like, yeah, not going to use that one. I'll use this one over here or whatever. And then we'll go on about our business. So yeah, we're not fastidious about that stuff because we don't want it to get in the way, because it's really not that important as, well, the one that we're going to talk about later. Now, this is not in the top 3, but this is like number 4. We believe that role-playing is required. And when I did the original series, I did 2 different videos on this because I explained a lot of things as far as high level, low level, medium level role-play, all the rest of that. And you can go on and watch those. But when it comes to this, we're not talking about skill at doing it. Some people are better at it than others, and that's fine. You'll get better at it the more that you do it. So you just have to do it. What we're talking about is the effort. Make the effort to do it, because people who don't want to make the effort to do it and they just want to stay there and they want to be just analytical about the game and that's how they want to play it. Okay, we're not interested and we're probably not going to play with you. As a matter of fact, I would just leave a table when there's more than one person like that, because it's just not going to work and it's just going to be a waste of time. It's just going to get in the way of what we came to the table with. We're just not looking for the same things. No big deal. Do your thing. This one right here, this quality is, or aspect, is one of the top 3 right here. And it is huge. I did 2 videos when I did the original series on this. This one is a big deal. I did like 7 types, I think, of people that it's just a big deal. This is going to save you a lot of headache. Just don't play with any and everybody. Even if you just have to go through your own personal vetting process inside your head. I just know certain people that I just will not jive with. We're not going to gel. The experience is not going to be what I would like it to be. So go ahead. Y'all go ahead and do your thing. But I just won't. And the reason why, I'm going to tell you at the end of this video. Knowing the rules of the game is just going to make your sessions flow smoothly. So we as RPG elites, once we're committed to a game, we're going to learn the core mechanic. We're going to learn our skills and our talents and how they work. And we're going to ask questions of the other players too, so we can know, okay, how will we interact with them, and how are we going to do this? Are we going to have a relationship? We're going to get into this because now we're committed. And as I said earlier, we're serious about this. And since we want those sessions to flow more smoothly, we get more out of the game when that happens. And that's so we don't ask the same question for the same rule the 50th time or spend 10 minutes trying to find a rule. Now, we know, and since we know the major things, not all the details, but the major things, everything else will click between the players and the GM, and you just have a better time at it. Yeah, this one right here is just one that I see happening all the time. We're not here to waste time. We're not here to talk for 45 minutes and then play the game, or an hour. I've seen it, where it gets an hour or even longer before they actually get to playing the game because they want to socialize and do all that stuff. Okay, time being wasted. That is the attitude of an RPG elite. Now we're going to sit there, we're going to say, hi, hey, what's up? How you doing? And then we're just going to get into the game because we're there for a particular purpose. And that purpose, well, that purpose is the next one. And this one is the granddaddy of them all for an RPG elite. It's about the story. RPG elites are at the table for the story. And so we're going to do everything that we can to help make that story more enjoyable, not only for ourselves, but for everybody else at the table. I mean, if we see that everybody else at the table is enjoying it, that energy is infectious. And so if you're enjoying it and you're into the story and you're enjoying it and you're into the story and the GM's going buck wild and everybody is just, there's this connection there, of course, it's going to be more enjoyable for us. We're there for the story. And that's why it's so hard to find the right people. The right people sometimes aren't there for the story. They're there for everything else except that. Okay, well, if that's the case, that's you. But for an RPG elite, if that's not there, this is so major, if that's not there, we just won't play. It's that simple. We trust our GM. We're not going to put caveats and things in the way that says the opposite of that. That really says, nah, we don't trust you. And you guys know what I'm talking about. For those who've been here, I've already done videos on that. But there's things that you can do to let your GM know that you don't trust them or that you just don't appreciate them. You sit up there and you complain about things and you stop the game and you're doing all this stuff. Nah, we're just going to wait it out. If it's a newbie GM, we're going to be patient with them. If it's a GM, then maybe they're having a bad night. We'll just encourage them later on afterwards. Maybe something's going on or whatever. We want to care for one another at the table. And so we want to support them. When they're doing good, we're doing good as players. And when the players are doing good, then the GM is having a good time because the players are having a good time. So we feed off of one another and we want to support our GM so we can get more of that. Well, last but not least, no one has arrived. And RPG elites look at this as an art form. And therefore, we can always get better. I mean, we can always get better at our high, medium, and low level role playing. We can always get better at our journaling and note taking. We can always get better at our teamwork and connecting. We can always get better maybe at knowing the rules of the game. There's always some element or facet where we can get better. And so we strive for that. In one game, we might have did well in one area, but we didn't do so well in the other. I know I'm notorious of beating myself up. I mean, I can't remember the last time where I said that, I thought I did great, because normally I don't. I mean, I have fun. Don't get me wrong. I still have fun, but I'm always striving for something better because I want the best experience for my players because I'm serving them and the players are serving me. And so this kind of round robin of service, I want it to be the best for them. Well, there you have it, folks. The 10 qualities of an RPG elite, the RPG elite philosophy. Now, I said earlier that I was going to tell you the one phrase that pretty much encapsulates and gets the essence of the RPG elite philosophy. And it's simply this: RPG elites won't settle. We just refuse to do that. Listen, I've been playing tabletop RPGs for like 40 plus years now. And I can stand and look at a table and know that I'm not going to be able to play with these guys. And so I just don't bother. Even if they were to ask me, I'll just be like, nah, I'm good, man. Go ahead, do your thing. I will extricate myself. Now, there's some people out there who'd be like, oh man, you might be short-circuiting yourself. No, I'm not, because of 40 years of experience, yeah, I know what's up. So I'm just not even going to go down that road. And what RPG elites do is they have a sense for that stuff. And so if they just know it's not going to work, they're not going to force it. There's a lot of people who try to force a square peg into a round hole and then they get upset because, man, that wasn't the experience that I wanted. And why did you waste your time with that? And you knew that before you went in. We do this in life too. Man, I knew I shouldn't have did that. And yet, went ahead and did it anyway, right? And so if wisdom dictates anything, it's learning from that and not doing it again. And in my 40 years plus of playing, yeah, I'm not doing that. And what I will tell you, my experiences after implementing the RPG elite philosophy is flawless. Works every time. It has worked every single time. So, like the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, if you got anything out of this video today, y'all, then if you can do a brother a solid and give me a little YouTube algorithm love and crush that like button, or you can tap it too, whatever. Also, if you want to stick around and come out with videos every Tuesday, God willing, and sometimes more, just like this video that's coming out for the Leet Squad later on this week, but it's for the Leet Squad. So make sure you go ahead and hit that link down in the description. Join up for the Leet Squad if you want to see the longer version of this video. And if you don't want to miss videos here on the channel, maybe you don't want to join the Leet Squad, but you'll go ahead and give this a shot, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. All right, let's get to the question of David. So I've given you, in a very rapid fire way, the 10 qualities of an RPG elite, or the RPG elite philosophy. So, which one of these do you resonate with the most, and which one do you resonate with the least? Let me know down in the comments. Let's get some engagement going. I am not afraid. You know, ain't no shame in my game because I know that it works, but everybody's got a, you know, it's different strokes for different folks. Let's see what you think about this stuff. Know what I mean? All right, well, that's gonna do it for me. And so that means I got to do my snaggle puss.
So exit, stage left.
Hey, you got a game coming up this week? Happy gaming, y'all. I pray it's an RPG Elite session. So in the meantime, between time, you can hit this link right here, which is the whole playlist, and just go through and pick whatever ones you want to go through. But until next time, folks, it's me, your boy servant, saying peace. 5,000 leets. Oh yeah, I'm out.